Tenebrist by Julie. Quickly, I'm just gonna go over the chords so that in the order they're played, so that if you forget the song, you want to come back, you want to learn it again, it'll be pretty easy for you to just watch the video and then just kind of quickly go through it as I go through it and just kind of watch the chords and like replicate it. But I'm gonna break it down after this. So this is the first chord, and this is the second chord. Keep in mind we're in standard tuning. This is the next chord, and then the next chord would be this one. This is another chord, and then back and then to this chord. Then we have this chord, to this chord, to this chord. And then we have this chord, to this chord, to this chord. And then you go. Right? And then you go to here, to here. And then you go from here to here, to here, to here, to here. You go from here to here, to here, back to this, to this, to this, to this, here. Then you go from that to after that, pretty much the same. And then you go bridge strumming, this, or then you go from that to this. And that's the end of the song. Alright, now for the people who want to like kind of see a breakdown on all the chords. So first we're in standard tuning, and then that intro part that we're playing. So so A on the E, and then 10 on the A, and then 9 on the D. Play the behind. So you need a sort of jazz master sort of thing. You need to get that chimey sound, and you need to play. So you want to, and then you pull off on that low E. So, and then the next chord is E, third on the E, and then third on the A, and then second on the D. And then you can like hammer on it. So, or I like to hammer on the E. So it's just a pull off. Behind the bridge. And then you get into the heavily distorted part. So you put on your fuzz and you go. So it's that same chord, right, that we just played, but we just put your pinky on the 11 of the G. And then you want to play 8 on the A, and then 8 on the B. I also like to play like this, like an octave on the root on the 9 on the A. I don't think that's how it goes. I think it's like this. That kind of like that. I don't know. So first it goes. Then that same shape. Then you move that the root, or you move the shape down to 6 on the root. Same shape. Right. And then you want to do a power chord on the second of the E. And then you want to play that chord that we played at the beginning. but now you want to play it like you want to play it on the 5th, and then you move it down to the 2nd or the 3rd on the root. I really like this chord. This chord's pretty interesting. But so root on the E, root on the E, and then of the 6 on the E, and then it's 8 on the A, and then 8 on the B. So you see that? And then you move it down to 4 on the E root, same shape. Then you just slide up, and then you go that chord that we did at the beginning. Remember, sort of like that chord, right? But now we're playing it a little differently. So. So when you get into that, you go. You want to like mute it and then got like into it, and then to end off that little thing, we play the. So it's root 8 on the E, 8 on the E, and then 7 on the A, and then 9 on the D, and then you move it down to 6 root. And then you want to play this like slower part. So it's that beginning chord that we played it from the. But no, you're not playing it with distortion. It's just clean tone at this point. So it's that chord to this. So it's like a 2nd fret A power chord, but you want to play like just these 2 fingers, like so. It'd be A and then D on the 4, and then open E. So. This if you're listening to the song, you'll hear it. You'll go. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. It's that shape that we played right here, but we played on that 15. So it'd be 15 on the E, and then 14 on the A, and then 16 on the D. This like verse sort of thing. Just be. But this time it changes a little bit over here. So we have the how we go. Instead of that, we're going to move this to here. So it's gonna go. So that is on the root of the 4th. Same chord. And then you want to start the song all over again. Well, not start all over again, just start that intro. And then the outro is just playing the chorus behind the bridge. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my amp. Then you move it up to the 13. So 13 on the E, and then 15 on the A, and then 15 on the D. So it's the same up here. It's the same that we played down here, but just all the way up here. So, but you play it behind the bridge. And that's the whole song.